Well, hey everybody, this is Chris DeFirio with Keys to the Shop. Welcome to another edition of Shift Break. So glad to have you along today. Today's episode is brought to you by the ground control Cyclops Brewer from Voga Coffee. This machine is really changing the game when it comes to what you can expect from batch brew coffee in the cafe. The brewer uses SCA award-winning technology to extract such a vast array of flavors from the coffee with unmatched control that you think you're tasting a new coffee. You might have known your coffee before, but this machine will extract things that you never thought possible. Not only is this a game-changing batch brewer, but it also functions as a very versatile tool in your cafe because it can also make hot cocoa, tea, batched iced lattes, batch cold brew, and your customers are really going to be blown away by the difference this makes in your coffee. So if leveling up your batch brew and getting a versatile workhorse of a machine that's also beautiful, by the way, is something that is interesting to you, then I suggest you look into getting the ground control Cyclops Brewer from Voga Coffee. Go to their website over at vogacoffee.com to learn more. That's VOGA coffee.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by Espressly. Their mission is to connect the experience that customers love from your brand with the convenience of mobile ordering by building your very own custom-branded mobile app. Convenience items like mobile ordering are here to stay, and so many people are experiencing the boost this gives to their business, but a lot of people are also experiencing the fact that you don't often get a great experience through most apps. And that is the difference between Espressly and others, is that they want to connect the experience that customers love about your business with the convenience of mobile ordering. And this model is a no-risk model. There's no setup or development fees. It integrates with Square, it has a drive-through payment scanner, receipt and label printing capabilities. It stores all the value in the app, and plus you get to keep all the data. And if you've been thinking about, well, maybe I should look into mobile ordering, I think the first place that you should look is Espressly. Go visit their website to learn more and sign up today over at espressly.co. That's espressly.co. Okay, everyone. Well, today I wanted to talk with you about digital hospitality. One of the main ways that people communicate with you and come in contact with your brand is online. Many people who follow you on Instagram, Twitter, or wherever you have your primary platform are people that haven't even set foot in your shop yet. They are people that enjoy your content. They are people that order your coffee online. Maybe they discovered you through a subscription service like Craft Coffee or Trade, Angel's Cup, or something like that. And when you invite people from far-flung corners of the world to try your coffee, what you're doing is you're saying, we want your business. And part of what keeps that business is the experience that they have. Digital hospitality is equal to the kind of hospitality that you show people in the shop. That I will do with consulting clients is do a customer experience map where we go through and say, well, what do we want them to experience when they walk in the door, ordering, sitting down, being cared for while there, and then leaving. You have to think through all of those things. The same thing applies to your social media and to your websites, because too often what happens is we put these in place and we put a lot of intentionality into them in the beginning, and then we just sort of coast. We allow it to do its own thing. And oftentimes what happens is we think, oh gosh, I have to post something, and so I have to find a picture of a latte art, so I'll throw that up there, and got through one day of engagement, quote unquote engagement. It's not really engaging. It's not really hospitality. It's not serving the needs of your audience out in the internet world, people who can go to your website and buy your coffee and, again, interact with your brand. They are just as much your customers as the people who walk into your store. And in today's economy, they need to be treated like that because so much of what we rely on, especially amidst COVID, is the reach that we get through the internet. So when you're setting up your accounts, when you're setting up your website, you need to think about exactly what the customer is going to experience once they land on the page. When they get onto your Instagram account, what are the first things that they're seeing? Do they see where the menu is? That's what I look for when I walk into a coffee bar. I find where the coffee ordering station is. I look for the menu, look for some open seats, and get my, bearings. Same thing applies to your Instagram or to your website. if you haven't really thought through that process and just kind of cobbled together things that you think are cool, then it's not going to be as good of an experience as it could be. And while an in-person customer can walk into your cafe, buy a tea or a latte, and then walk out with a bag of coffee, the person who interacts with your brand online is ordering your content. They're ordering the pictures, they're ordering the experience, and they're walking away with a bag of coffee, perhaps. So it's a different kind of interaction and a different kind of transaction. But once we start thinking about our audiences as being both local and distributed, then I think we're going to start to put more intentionality into what we do through the way that we set things up. And not only that, but how we interact with people online in the comment section, through what we say in our posts and things like that. That's got just as much urgency behind it as what we say in person. So right now, what I would challenge you to do is look at what you've got out there for people to interact with and experience with your brand online. Is it just a bookmark or a placeholder? You could be missing out on a lot of business, and you could be missing out on really building your brand. If you're not actively curating these things and doing so to engage your digital audience as though they are customers in your shop, then again, you're going to be missing out, and potentially you might lose them to people who are on the ball when it comes to their messaging, the experience, and really serving their distributed customers through the platforms they have in the digital space. So I hope that this episode was helpful for you and gave you some inspiration to go and level up how you serve your digital customers. And I will see you here next week on another edition of Shift Break. From keys to the shop.